Just wanted to talk, that's all.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Yankees going for their 7th series win in a row beginning tonight in Anaheim against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, of California, of Earth. And I feel pretty good about this series. I like the pitching matchups, as you'll see. We're going to take a look at the lineup for Game 1 right now. Ben Rice in the leadoff spot tonight. You see that Paul Goldschmidt getting the night off despite being red hot lately. Ben Rice in the leadoff spot at first base. Trent Grisham has really cooled off. We're going to be talking about who's hot and who's not in just a few minutes. And spoiler alert, he's part of it because he has been ice cold. Obviously, the Yankees are trying to get him back on track, give him more reps, but he might be reverting to the guy he's been for so long. It might have just been a hot streak. Not everybody can stay hot the whole season like Aaron Judge. Cody Bellinger been swinging the bat well. He is in the cleanup spot. I skipped over Aaron Judge. He's at the DH. Jason Dominguez in left field tonight. He is batting 5th. I keep waiting for Jason Dominguez to really go on a hot streak. Like, he's shown us some flashes. He had the 3 home run game against the A's in Sacramento. He had the walk-off home run. He's had a couple of multi-hit games. He's done some nice things. But I want to see one of those stretches where he hits about 500 for 2 weeks, Get really, really hot. We saw some better swings as a right-hander the other day. We'll talk more about that as the series moves along. Anthony Volpe, batting 6th at shortstop. He continues to get a lot of hate, but having a very solid year. Austin Wells is batting 6th. Or wait, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6th. No, 7th. Sorry, I lost track. I lost count here. He's batting 7th. He is the catcher. And we got some calls about him. The way JC Escarra has been playing, I think it's worth evaluating whether or not Escarra should get more at-bats. I mean, the Yankees love Austin Wells, obviously, but has not really been getting it done offensively. Yorbit Vivas at second base tonight. DJ LeMahieu gets the night off, and Oswald Peraza hoping his bat gets going. He is at third base. Aaron Judge basically said that he wants Peraza to get more of an opportunity to get going. He thinks that Peraza will hit given more of an opportunity. I personally think that if the objective of baseball was to hit slow rollers to third base, Oswald Peraza would be the greatest of all time. That's how I feel it. Egg the Third says he hates our lineup tonight. Well, they can't all be winners. And the pitcher that the Yankees are facing tonight is somebody they should be able to hit with this lineup. We'll take a look at him real quick. Jack Kokanowics. I don't know how to say his name. I've never seen him before. 6'7", 228 pounds, so he's a big fella. But you look at the metrics, they're not great. Other than the fastball velocity and the ground ball percentage, he doesn't have a lot that impresses you. He is a sinker baller, so he does keep the ball on the ground with a 95-plus mile-an-hour sinker. But the average exit velocity is not good. He doesn't get a lot of swings and misses. He doesn't have much of an off-speed pitch to speak of. He throws a slider and a change and a sweeper. None of them are particularly good. And for being 6'7", he doesn't get a lot of extension on the ball. He's actually below average in terms of extension. So that's interesting. But this is a guy who's a former third-round pick, 92 overall. This is his his second year in the majors. He is 3-5 with a 5.03 ERA. Last year he was 2-6 with a 3.99 in 11 starts. So I like the Yankees' chances tonight. But we got some calls to get to. Let's go ahead and play some calls.
Hey, Derek. Martha from Long Island here. I have a question. Do you think the way that Escarra is playing, do you think he's going to be getting more playing time over Wells? Thank you.
That's a great question, and it's worthy of discussion. Now, he's not qualified in the StatCast metrics because he doesn't have a ton of at-bats. You see, he's only got 11 hits on the year, but his chase percentage is elite. His strikeout percentage is elite. Walk percentage, fantastic. Whiff percentage is elite. Bat speed, well above average. His xWOBA is, right above league average if he qualified. As a defensive player, his framing is up there with Wells, and his blocks are better than Wells. Now, he doesn't have a great arm, but neither does Wells. So it's worth considering. He is hitting .244. He's got a .352 on base percentage, 30-year-old rookie. I'd be interested to see if they give him more playing time. Wells has been a big prospect for the Yankees for a long time. Obviously, a first-round draft pick, all these expectations. He's got a great swing, finished third in the Rookie of the Year voting last year. But look, he just hasn't gotten it going. I'm going to pull up Austin Wells' StatCast numbers also. And just so you can see for comparison here, his numbers are not fantastic. He's hitting .209. He does barrel the ball pretty well. He's got some hard hit, baseballs. His bat speed is well above average. xWOBA's not great. Expected batting average, not great. His strikeout percentage and walk percentage, both well below JC Escarra. Now, his framing is in the 98th percentile, and the Yankees really, really value framing. His blocks, not great. His caught stealing is about league average. That's gotten better recently. But honestly, he hasn't really impressed me that much. I keep waiting for him to take the next step, and he hasn't done it. The .278 on-base percentage is concerning. And I get that he's a young guy, but you want to see a little bit more. You want to see him take that next step forward. They love his defense. A good defensive catcher is extremely valuable, but the framing is basically where all of his value comes from at this point. So I think it's worthy of discussion. Let me know in the comments how you feel. Let's see here. So, all right, let's take a look at the pitching matchups for the series. So we got Ryan Yarbrough going tonight, and he's not going to, blow the doors off. I mean, he's a guy who doesn't throw very hard, but he just keeps having solid outing after solid outing. He's pitched in 11 games with the Yankees. He's made 3 starts, so tonight will be his 4th start. And you see, he keeps the exit velocity down. He induces soft contact, which is so important as a pitcher. The barrel percentage in the 92nd percentile, the hard hit percentage in the 99th percentile. He's also got a pretty good whiff percentage in the 69th percentile. Very nice. And, walks about league average. And the fastball is in the 1st percentile, which is bad. It averages 87.6 miles an hour. He throws the sinker, he throws the sweeper, he throws the changeup, and the cutter. The pitch he throws the most is the sinker. And you look at the ground ball percentage, you would expect somebody who throws the sinker that much to get a ton of ground balls, but he's only in the 29th percentile. So bottom third of the league. But he is a crafty veteran. He's one of these lefties that is sticking around for a while because he knows how to pitch. He's 33. If he stays healthy, I bet he's still pitching in the league when he's 37, 38, if not older than that. He might not be starting for that whole time, but he's going to, keep a job in the big leagues if he can get guys out, right? I mean, lefties that are crafty, look at Jamie Moyer, how long he stayed in the league. He pitched till he was damn near 50 years old, right? And then you look at tomorrow, we got Carlos Rodon on the mound, who is pretty much polar opposite. And I'm going to pull up Carlos Rodon's numbers too, because he has really turned things around. I know we've been following this all year, but he has basically become the guy that he was when the Yankees signed him, right? The guy that was with San Francisco and was so dominant and was dominant with the White Sox. Pitching run value in the 98th percentile. He's made 11 starts. Look at the strikeouts. 80 strikeouts in 65 2/3 innings. His breaking ball run value has been phenomenal. His slider is terrific. He's throwing the change more this year. He's throwing the sinker more. And every time out, he just seems to get more and more efficient, more and more confident. You wonder if the beard, having the beard is making him feel a little bit more comfortable in his own skin. And we talked the other night about how he has gotten himself into better condition, better shape, right? He's stronger. He should be able to be more durable. He's had some injury problems in his career, but no signs of that this year. He has been extremely strong. The back doesn't seem to be an issue. You remember when he first got to the Yankees, there was all this talk about, a chronic back issue, and, will he ever be the same? Well, after a tough start to his Yankees career, 6.85 ERA, I believe, in his first season, he's really turned it around, and he's shown me something. And, we gave this guy a lot of grief, at least in his first year, a little bit last year, and then to start off this year, he got off to a tough start, but pitching much, much better. And then Tyler Anderson will be getting the start against us. He's somebody that, as we talk about trades, you will hear his name. He's somebody that's been linked to the Yankees in the past. It'll be interesting to see if the Yankees are still interested in him. I'm going to pull up his StatCast numbers as well. I've never been a huge fan of Tyler Anderson, and I'll show you why. Not a lot of strikeouts and too many walks. That's not a great combination. A couple of years ago, he had a 5.43 ERA. He induces contact, but to be fair, his hard hit percentage is well above average. It's elite. He keeps the ball off the barrel, but I'm always wary when somebody walks guys and doesn't strike out guys. That combination is not great. And also, he gives up fly balls. He doesn't keep the ball on the ground. He's in just the 8th percentile of ground ball percentage. And at Yankee Stadium, that usually spells problems. But off to a good start this year. 10 starts, 3.60 ERA, 55 innings, 43 strikeouts. So we'll see him tomorrow. I like the Yankees in that matchup. And a lot of times in baseball, you can kind of predict how a series is going to go based on the pitching matchups, right? I mean, it doesn't always work out exactly how you plan, but usually the team with the advantage in pitching wins the games, right? Yusei Kikuchi will get the start in Game 3 for the Angels. He's somebody that I've always liked him as a pitcher. When he was a free agent, I wanted the Yankees to get involved. Now, I know he's 1-4, but you look at the ERA, 3.17. But again, his metrics are not terrific either. Again, not great with walks and doesn't strike out a ton of guys. Breaking ball is pretty good. Throws a slider, changeup, curve, sinker, sweeper. So a big pitch mix. He'll throw the kitchen sink at you. He went 9-10 with a 4.05 ERA. Down the stretch, he was pretty good with Houston. But he's somebody to keep an eye on. I don't know if the Angels are going to sell, but left-handed pitchers always have a market. So let's take a look at who's hot, who's not, as we head into the series. So Aaron Judge, we can pretty much always keep him in the who's hot column. He really hasn't cooled off all year. He's been hot since the season began. 342 average over the last 10 games, 4 home runs, and 7 ribbies. Paul Goldschmidt over the last 10 games remains hot. He's not in the starting lineup tonight, but that doesn't mean we won't see him. We've seen him pinch hit a few times. He had that big pinch hit home run against the Mariners. 353 average, 1 home run, 6 RBIs over his last 10 games. Now looking at who is not. A couple of guys we've already talked about. Trent Grisham, over his last 10 games, 129, no home runs, and 2 ribbies. So he has really, really cooled off. You wonder if they're going to keep running him out there, or if they're just going to say, all right, back to being a part-time player. You can't let him hit 129 for too long. Austin Wells, last 10 games, hitting 194. That's not far below his season average, though. 1 home run and 6 RBIs. So, hopefully we can turn it around with these guys. I wish Paul Goldschmidt was in the lineup tonight. I always hate when he's out of lineup because he's so reliable. He's a hit machine. We call him Goldie Knox for a reason. But I do have faith that the Yankees will at least take 2 out of 3 in this series. I'm not demanding a sweep like I was against the Rockies. I've learned my lesson there. All right, get your predictions in the chat. My prediction tonight, I think Aaron Judge is going deep. I think he's going to hit number 19. He doesn't stay out of the home run lead for too long, and Shohei Ohtani just hit his 19th. So he is no longer leading Major League Baseball. And Judge is going to take that personally. He's like Michael Jordan. I took that personally. So I expect him to go deep tonight. He always seems to hit well in Anaheim. And, I feel good about him. Egg the Third says he's predicting a sweep. I'll take it. I'll sign up for it. John Kernan says, why is Grisham batting second? I agree. When a guy's struggling that much, why not put him at the bottom of the order? Valdez says he's in Anaheim right now. Sea of Yankees fans. It does seem like the Yankees get a lot of fans when they go to Anaheim. Maybe that's one of the reasons I like it when they play there. We got some people saying that the Yankees should trade for Mackenzie Gore. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think the Nationals will give him up. He's one of their young top pitchers, so he was part, I believe, of the Juan Soto deal. Anyway, get your predictions in the comments. Quick word on trades. So the other day, we did a segment on Yankees trade targets, and I got some pushback from the audience who were kind of perplexed that I wanted the Yankees to upgrade the bullpen and third base before they went after a starting pitcher. And people are like, how can you not be all in for starting pitching? So I kind of wanted to give my rationale. Maybe you'll agree with it, maybe you won't. But let me know how you feel in the comments. Carlos Rodon and Max Fried have been exactly what you want at the top of a playoff rotation, right? And they both have elite seasons. Rodon looks better than he ever has in pinstripes, maybe than he ever has in his career, given the pitch mix. Fried could win the Cy Young Award this year. But there's somebody we're forgetting. Luis Gil is coming back in probably a month and a half. And he's going to be fresh. He's going to be fresh, and he's going to be in mid-season form as the playoffs roll around. That gives you 3 really good starters. You need 4 for the playoffs. Will Warren has the lowest fielding independent pitching in baseball over the last month. And Clark Schmidt, he started games in the World Series last year. He is a solid pitcher who's not having a great year, but for the most part, he's solid. He's also somebody the Yankees could trade if they do want to make some kind of an upgrade. Clark Schmidt is somebody who has some value. But you only need 4 starters in October. So if you go out and get a 5th starter or you go out and get another starter, you basically are getting I don't think there's a lot of 1s or 2s out there. You're getting like a 4 or a 5. And the prices go up for pitching at the trade deadline. So I think you're overpaying for a guy who's probably not going to be great. What I would rather see them do is go out and get another couple of bullpen arms, right? Statistically, the bullpen ranks fine, but the games they've lost and the games that they could have lost have in large part been due to bullpen meltdowns, right? I don't trust Mark Leiter. Devin Williams in a big spot still gives me the heebie-jeebies. Tim Hill has not been the same guy this year. I want one more swing and miss arm out of the bullpen. Find somebody who throws triple digits and can throw strikes. That's what we need. You need scary in October, and the Yankees don't have a lot of scary. Loizaga's pretty good. Adding him is going to help. But they need a high-octane, wipe-out, put-you-on-your-ass reliever to fill out this pitching staff. Also, third base. Oswaldo Cabrera, he was playing okay, but he's going to be out for the rest of the season, most likely. I mean, even if he does come back, he's not going to be at 100%. He's going to be a diminished version of himself. And Oswald Peraza, we just said, king of slow rollers to third base. He's just not a major league hitter at this point. If the objective of baseball was to hit ground balls to third base, he would get paid more than Juan Soto and Shohei Ohtani combined. But he's got an incredible glove. So the Yankees are going to keep running him out there and hope that he hits. But at the plate, he's been overmatched. I like Yorbit Vivas. He's playing second base tonight, but he's played third base a few times. He's looked okay to me. But if you're telling me the plan for the stretch run and to get back to the World Series is to hope that the rookie hits, I'm not sure I'm totally comfortable with that. There's no real bats at third base in the system that are ready, that are playoff ready. So if this team is serious about making a run, my rationale, and again, you might feel differently, is that I want a third baseman and I want at least 1 or 2 bullpen arms. That's what I'm looking for. So we're seeing some people say Freddie Peralta. I mean, maybe he's got great stuff. I don't even know what the Brewers are doing this year. Let me just check on the Brewers real quick. If they're in contention, I can't see them dealing Peralta. Right now, the Brewers are 27-28, so they're under 500. So maybe if things take a turn for the worse, but 6.5 out, by no means are you out of it these days. Really it's going to be the teams that are really out of it that make moves or the teams that have log jams. So, we talked about the D-backs. They're 26-27, but they have a log jam in the infield. They have some prospects. That's why I thought they might unload Eugenio Suarez. The Pirates are bad. They're 19-35. They'll probably trade some guys. I don't think they'll trade Paul Skeens, but they'll make some deals. Marlins, they're always selling guys. So, hey, it is what it is. We're going to take a quick break, a word from the guys at Foul Territory about CarGurus, and then we've got 4 voicemails that we'll get to, and then we'll wrap it up and get ready for the game. See you in 60 seconds.
Todd Father and I are from Jersey, so we're used to, I got a guy. But sometimes that just means when I'm looking for a car, I go to CarGurus.
Yeah, and I think honestly the best part about this is communication, which we love here in Jersey where we're from. And this is a place where you can get a car. The price drops all the time, and they let you know. They let you know when your car is ready and when you can get it. The communication part is the best thing for me, Scott.
Agreed. In-depth vehicle reviews. CarGurus will connect you with trusted dealerships when you're ready, ensuring a transparent and hassle-free buying process with over 4 million listings. They have more car listings than any other major online automotive marketplace in the U.S., so you can find the best deal. Buy or sell your next car today with CarGurus at CarGurus.com. Go to CarGurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's CarGurus.com. CarGurus.com.
All right. We got Clayton from Texas who called in.
Hey, Derek, it's Clayton calling from Texas. You know, I'm proud of the Yanks for what they've been able to pull off, you know, these last couple series. I think it's been awesome. I was there for the Mets Game 3. That was unbelievable just being in the ballpark for that. But I have to say, if there's one guy I'm concerned about, it's Austin Wells, you know. The guy, you know, the last few at-bats, he's done a good job, but overall, he's been having a tough time, and I think the question that I would raise is, do you look at putting Ben Rice in at that catcher spot over Austin Wells? And obviously, we haven't seen much from Rice in the on the defensive side of the catcher position, but do you look at putting him in over Ben Rice or over Austin Wells?
You know, Ben Rice, J.C. Escarra, two guys who could take at bats from Austin Wells if he doesn't start hitting. Look, I mean, I know the Yankees love him. I know they love the defense, but if you start searching for offense, you got to go with guys who are hitting. And I think that he could lose some at bats. I really do. We got Jason here.
Hey, Derek. Happy birthday, man. It's Jason. I know you've been having issue with your voicemail. I know my last couple haven't made it on your show, but that's all right. Just wanted to make sure I wished you a happy birthday. You know, I'm really liking what the Yankees are doing this season. You know, hindsight's 20/20. Not getting Soto's turning out to be a good thing so far, in my opinion. And with all these haters on Anthony Volpe, I think what it really boils down to for me is I love the kid. I think he's a good guy for our team. But I just think, you know, the what if we had traded him when he was a hot prospect, got something else in return for him, maybe went after a guy like Seager. But at the end of the day, this is the position we're in. Can't ask for what ifs. I think Volpe's doing a great job. And how about Aaron Judge? I wanted your opinion, man. What do you think's more likely, Judge finishing with a 400 average or Judge breaking his home run record? I don't think 400 is going to happen. He's already under 400 and we got, 4 months to go? I don't think it's going to happen. I don't even think 62 is going to happen this year. They're not pitching him. They're not pitching to him as much. If their first base is open and the game is close, he's getting walked. Look, I don't think either one of them is going to happen. But 350, 360 with 50-plus home runs, you'll sign up for that every day. John Kernan says he hates everything about Anthony Volpe. That sounds like a you problem, man.
Just a bit outside.
He's a baseball player. He's a 4-year-old kid. If you hate everything about him, you're an idiot. Okay? That's a you problem.
Yeah, hi, Derek. Steve calling from Farmington. I thought of an idea for your show that I think the listeners might find interesting. We're about a third of the way into the season, and numbers are starting to look like, indicative of the type of season players are going to have. I think what would be interesting would be a look at some of the players we wanted desperately to either trade for or to get as a free agent. For instance, Christian Walker and Anthony Santander. They're having terrible seasons. I think it would be interesting to look at a bunch of those players that we really coveted who we're lucky we did not sign or trade for. All right, haven't called much lately. Team's been playing great. Nothing to complain about. Okay, thank you, sir.
I appreciate the call. So I'll take a look at a few of them. So first of all, Anthony Santander hitting 193 with 6 home runs. Go ahead and share his numbers here. They're not good. and 280 on base percentage with the Blue Jays, a negative WAR. Yankees were right to pass on him. And choosing Goldschmidt over Christian Walker, we're not giving Cashman enough credit for that. He did a great job making that decision. Walker hitting .212 with 6 home runs. He began the season with an injury and really hasn't recovered. And Matt Olson is a guy that I really, really wanted a few years back. He is hitting .238 with 12 home runs, but a 2.1 WAR. Let's take a look at some other guys. Corey Seager is somebody we looked at that we all wanted the Yankees to go after. Hitting .300 with 6 home runs, but he's had some injuries. He's been on the shelf. I mean, who else could we look at that we wanted that we didn't get? Let me know in the comments, and we'll take a look maybe tomorrow's pregame. But, all right, got another call here. This is Frank.
Hey, Derek, Frank from California. I'm hoping that the Yankees don't overpay for some pieces that we have solutions for in-house. Big right-handed bat, Giancarlo Stanton. Athletic third baseman, Jazz Chisholm. With the way DJ's playing, why overspend? DJ is playing great. And starting rotation, we got Louis Eel coming back. I mean, I hope we just don't go doing things for the sake of doing things. But obviously we could use a great reliever, and I like your Bautista pick if we could somehow get him away from the Orioles.
Yeah, Bautista's the guy that I want. I don't know if the Orioles will move him, but if they do, the Yankees should be first in line. So let's take a look at a couple other names that you guys wanted. Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He's off to a fantastic start. He's somebody we all wanted. I thought this was going to happen. I thought this was a sure thing, but it turns out that he always wanted to be in L.A. 5-3 with a 1.86 ERA in 10 starts, 68 strikeouts in 58 innings. Just a phenomenal year. Let's take a look at the Dodgers, what they're doing. The Yankees actually have a better record than the Dodgers right now, which is hard to believe. Shohei's off to a good start, 2.5 WAR, but about a game and a half worse than Aaron Judge right now. Judge is over 4 right now. Freddie Freeman having a good year, hitting .357. He's somebody that the Yankees looked at when he was a free agent, didn't end up picking him up. We got Goldschmidt, but Freddie Freeman not hitting that walk-off home run against us last year would have been nice. Teoscar Hernandez was somebody that Yankees fans looked at this year, ended up going back to the Dodgers. He's having a good year, .307 with 10 home runs. Take a look at Roki Sasaki. He has 1 win, 8 starts, 34 innings, 24 strikeouts. I mean, he's young. He's only 23 years old, but so far not exactly living up to the hype. Bryce Harper is somebody that I know I wanted personally on the Yankees and hitting .267 with 8 home runs, but I believe he's won at least one MVP with the Phillies. Yeah, he won one with the Phillies in 2021. He was a free agent after the 2018 season. So since then, you look at 35 home runs in 19, 35 again in 21, 30 last year. He's been really solid. Career .281 hitter. I think he would have been perfect for the Yankees. But, I mean, things happen. If Brian Cashman didn't want him, what are you going to do? All right, guys, we'll see you after the game. It's going to be a long night when the game doesn't start for another hour and a half and you're already kind of sleepy. So for those of you who don't stay up to watch, I'll see you in the morning when you tune in to the podcast. And a reminder, you can get it on all your favorite podcast platforms as well. Check out the shop, NYYDesigns.shop. Got more stuff coming soon, and we'll see you after the ballgame. Hey, while I've got you here, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Pinstripe Territory is the official Yankees podcast of the Foul Territory Network. We are home to the #1 most watched MLB postgame show on YouTube since 2021. We're here after every Yankees game and for reactions to all the best news and rumors during the offseason. Be a part of the show by calling into the voicemail 718-899-1068. Try to keep it clean for me. And if you ever miss us on YouTube, be sure and subscribe on all your favorite podcast platforms. Go ahead and rate us 5 stars. It'll help other people find the show. Thanks for watching. See ya.